Live and recording another episode of the Oskar Quentin Debate Live program, or whatever it is that this thing is called. Bottom line. I should mute Discord. Can you guys hear the Discord chimes? I'm new to all this. I gotta make sure the stream is not disturbed too much by things. Anyway, let's fix that really quickly. Let's open volume mixer. Let's go to Discord and let's mute that. All right, very good. This is a debate live where I talk to Republicans. And, well, not always Republicans, but talking to a lot of libertarians lately, because they're, like, equally as nonsensical as the Republicans. Anyway, I talk to people who disagree with me about politics on TikTok. That's the theme of the show. Generally, it's been going pretty well. Pretty reliably, the conversations are just insane. And, you know, with the libertarians calling in a lot lately, it's like, it's almost as though they're emboldened to say their absolutely ridiculous thoughts about the world out loud. Because, like, I can get behind some libertarian ideologies about freedom. I can get behind some Republican ideologies about freedom. It's that when we actually get down to the nitty gritty of talking about what is actually going on in the world, like how stuff actually works, how, that is when it just starts being absolutely ridiculous. Of course, my dog is going to say hi, because the moment I hit live, she's like, Oscar's being social with somebody other than me, and she comes over, and I always have to remind people, that's why my arm's always shaking off screen to the left, because I'm petting my dog, who's just out of frame. Anyway, this is not my normal stream time. Normally I stream from 10 to 12 Central Standard Time on TikTok, but I'm still a working man. Had work today, and I got a gig tonight, so we're getting a shorter show, 1 hour, and hopefully we'll get some good calls in. Maybe just one big good call. I think that was yesterday. I did 1 2-hour call for the 2-hour show. Good. I almost said good morning, because I'm so used to saying good morning. Good evening, Brighton Oak, who says hello. He misspelled my name with a C. That's okay. That's I forgive people for making that mistake, but it is actually spelled with a K. It's not just like a username thing. Mama Avery is here, one of the mods. I don't expect all the mods today because it's not the normal time. Brighton, it's okay. I've got friends who've known me for like forever, for 20 years, who can still be caught saying, typing my name with a C in a text message or something like that. Hello, Carrie. Siri corrects your name every time, says Mom Avery. Yeah, it happens. I mean, I do the subtitles on all the videos, so I constantly have to correct the spelling of my name because the auto captions always thinks it's with a C. We're going to talk to Luke Boulin, and I'm going to hover my finger over the disconnect button to see if he's going to troll right away. How old are you?
25.
25, and I've got something stuck in my eye. Are you a Trump supporter?
I'm not necessarily a Trump supporter, but I used to be.
Used to be? I mean, when you say you're not anymore, this is kind of an odd show. Like I'm doing a 1 hour instead of a 2-hour show at the wrong time because today's short day. So maybe I'll take an odd call. Are you like really not a Trump supporter anymore? What exactly does that mean to you?
I didn't vote for him in 24. No.
Okay. I guess when people talk about voting, it's a little hard because we're getting really far away from the election. It's been almost 2 years. The midterms are like right on the horizon. So I'll ask it this way. I want Trump to be impeached. Do you?
Yes.
Oh, lovely. Why?
I think that, the Democrats have their reasons why they want him impeached. Mine are a little different. I feel like I can see you're very anti-ICE, but we've got to get those fucking brown people out of here. We've got to get rid of them.
I kicked him, which like I talked to like overtly racist people enough, but I mean, chat, let me know if you want him back in, because he's already back in the request queue, which like, I don't know, man. Like it really, it's not even exactly that it was so racist, because I talk to people who are that racist every day. It's that he said it with a tone that convinces me he's not serious. I think he's a rager. I think he's a troll. I think he wants to upset me about how racist he is. I just can't stand them people whose skin's a different color than mine. He's doing a bit. I don't think it's real. I don't think that's actually. Oh my God, it's Fawcette. I thought Fawcette was afraid to talk to me. It's been so long, buddy. Fawcette has to remind me how old he is before he starts. What's up, Fawcette?
Hey, what's going on? You know what? I'm 45 today. I identify as a 45-year-old man. But yeah, no. So, Colin, can you do that impression one more time? I just hate people for the color of their skin, bro.
No, you did a fine job. We don't need to put that in people's ears three times. Okay. Just you bet.
Someone better clip that and put that on Instagram. That was an amazing.
I will do it. I will do it myself. Thank you very much. What are we talking?
Bye-bye.
That's it? Fuck it. Dude, I told you Fawcette's afraid of me. That's one of my OG callers. Like when I started debate living, that's a guy who would call in and just like He's like trying to run for president next time or something, and he's like, I don't even remember exactly what flavor of horrible beliefs he is, but I know he's back. He'll explain it. He'll explain his terrible beliefs for us. Fawcette.
I didn't run. I was just simply being like, that was amazing. That's what I tuned in for.
I was talking about your presidential run, but I do accuse you of running because you stopped calling in, and you're a Debate Live regular, and you stopped calling. You stopped calling in when I got good at this. I spent like a month learning all the things I needed to learn to be able to effectively run the live and share my knowledge with everybody. And now that I'm able to do that, you have been gone for months. Have you checked out my Have you looked at my Instagram lately, buddy?
You've now learned terms like metaphysical and spatial temporal, and you've learned the epistemology.
No. I already knew all that stuff. It's dealing with bullshit from people like you that I had to get practiced up on, and now I'm good at dodging the bullshit and keeping to the track and keeping to reason. So yeah, I'm a little better now.
So you became a B1 level in German, and you watched Triumph of the Will. Yay, cool. Anyone can say.
So kennst du ein bisschen Deutsch sprechen oder nicht?
See, ladies and gentlemen, he's so close to being one of us. Oh my gosh. Anyways,
okay.
See, you're so. See, that's what I want. See, this is the type of leftist I like. See, he's understanding.
To be perfectly clear, I still cooked you even when I wasn't good at this. I just
no, you didn't cook me.
I got the receipts, buddy.
Got motion because you clipped what I said. Like, come on now, see,
dude. Okay, yeah, but I literally post the entire show that I do 2 hours uncut every single day. Like, I'm not afraid of looking bad. Like, I don't look bad. Nobody can call in and make me look bad because even if I get the occasional L, I handle it with such grace that it actually makes my audience respect me more.
He thinks his audience respects him. No, they just kind of use you as the proverbial lamb since you're the white guy who speaks correct English. You think if you were anyone else, they would respect you? No. Oh, let me ask you a question, white boy. How come Trump's so racist? It's like you would not have motion if you were anyone else. But that's neither here nor there.
All right. I want to get to some subject matter. You're running for president someday, right?
Yes, hopefully 2036 if I do not get assassinated, but yes.
Dude, this particular campaign ad that you're about to record, it might be the one that gets more views than all of them. Let's hear it.
There we go. That's what I'm talking about. Great. So, yeah. 2036, hopefully, if a woman president doesn't get elected and destroys America.
That's what it was. That's what it was. You're a single issue on Kamala Harris, and it was that she's a woman, and that's why you voted for Trump. I remember now. I watched I went to your disgusting YouTube channel.
The second issue is that she has no kids. How are you going to claim you care about the future of America when you don't even have a stake in the future of America? Like, what?
Hey, dude, funny. I got a vasectomy. I don't have a stake in the future of America, do I?
That is the most cucked thing you could ever do. You are a woman. You are now a spiritual woman.
Wait, did we figure out how to turn a man into a woman? Oh my God, people, we did it! We did it! Fawcette admits that trans people exist! I fucking did it! Yes! All right, anyway, but the crash outs are actually fake. What are we doing? What are we doing here, buddy? Oh, my dog! You got my dog excited.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is what happens when two men of the same race, ethnicity, and nationality, but different sides of the political spectrum come head to head, and it's so fucking hilarious. It's so hilarious.
But they're laughing with one of us and at one of us. It's great.
When the right finds out that you,
I heard you stutter. I knew that hurt your feelings. What I just said, I could feel it. Your hurt feelings wafted off the microphone into my nose.
That's not what I'm saying. It's you thought you won, but when the right finds out you had a vasectomy through your own choice, they're gonna flame you. You thought Jesus had it bad.
Oh no! Is the right coming for me? Oh, whatever shall I do, dude? It's the whole thing. I get the rights to come after me. Like, what the fuck? Why the fuck do you think I care? I want the right to come after me. I want them to call in and debate about my vasectomy.
I know, but
I brought it up with you so I could debate with you about the fact that I am doing more for the children of this country who haven't been born yet than you by educating America, which is a greater influence than a person can have if they have one fucking kid and raise them right.
We've tried educating 30% of this nation for a century. They don't want to learn. So, like, whatever you're thinking you're going to do, it's not working. But don't never admit you've had a vasectomy before ever again, because your political words now are worth about 25% less because you can't reproduce.
Dude, come on now, man. To people like you though, and that's fine. Like you're the dying breed, my friend. Like
really.
you're the boomers are all gonna die, and then you're gonna be the only one left because for some reason you're young and you think like them.
Well, no. I don't think like the boomers. I think like their parents. That's whoa. Don't never compare me to a boomer ever again. That's even more insulting than any insult you could probably give me. You're a boomer, bro. But yeah, no. So oh, this guest is unbearable. Baby.
Eyes up here, buddy. I know I'm scary, but you should keep your focus on me. It's better for the show.
Listen, I ain't afraid of a man that can't, spread his seed. Listen, I'm like Johnny Appleseed with it. Any white woman can get it. But regardless, let's get back to the conversation at hand.
Dude. Fucking gross. You fucking deplorable. Oh my gosh. Okay.
I'm
gonna get a harassment and bullying flag for that. Anyway, that'll be Fawcette's win for the day. Let's all right. Let's talk about something. Make a claim.
Okay. Yeah, listen, I've tripled your viewership because they know how much emotion you and me have together. Only if you and me were both on the same side of the political spectrum, we'd run America. Hopefully, you come to my side and I don't go to yours. But we'll see what happens. But yeah, no. What's happened recently? I heard Donald Trump went to China and had to do deals with Xi Jinping. Like, when are we? When are we gonna?
Yeah, I haven't caught the news about that. I'm curious what he's doing over there. I've been a little busy. I'm a working man. Been working too much this week. Linktree in the bio if you want me to quit my job. But yeah, why don't you? I mean, yeah, Trump went to China. Is that what we're talking about? Even though neither of us seem to know about it.
China. Every single bleeding heart liberal's like, oh, there's a massive data center in Utah they're making. That's gonna be horrible. Oi, Gewalt. It's like, do you people?
China data centers. What are we talking about? Pick a fucking claim, Fawcett. Come on.
I'm giving you the smorgasbord. I'm having you pick a meetup, okay? Because apparently you don't know how to pick a topic yourself. This is your channel, not mine. I know how to pick topics.
I pick a topic before I hit live every day, just in case the guest is too inept to come up with on their own.
Okay,
there's a cheat sheet right here. Yeah, there you go. You got one.
Okay,
do you want that one, or you can come up with your own if you want?
Okay, how exactly are the midterms in danger for the Republicans, I'm assuming, when the second part of the Civil Rights or the Voting Rights Act was struck down? Like, can you explain how they're gonna, quote unquote? I'm
sure we disagree about the Voting Rights Act, and I'm also not saying it's in danger for the Republicans. I'm saying that it's in danger for everybody because I believe in democracy. I believe in everybody's right to vote. How do you feel about the president making executive orders that change election rules and then threatening states that don't follow those illegal executive orders with state level financing, even though it's directly against the Constitution for the president to do that?
So I don't believe that you should be able to draw district lines based off of racial lines. If that's the case, then allow me to make whole states based off of racial lines.
It's literally what the Voting Rights Act prevented Republicans from doing. You just can't be colorblind if you're assessing whether or not somebody's done that.
Then how did Louisiana get away with having a majority black district? Now, mind you, I understand Louisiana is a state with 1/3 of a black population. I will lend credibility to that. But for you to go ahead and attempt to draw a second district that is majority black to better represent...
The data is very clear that if we look at the racial effect of these gerrymandered districts, Republicans benefit across the board. So I don't care about any particular example where Democrats benefit. I have a broad enough worldview that I'm capable of looking at holistically at all the data, and I'm not just look at this one little thing that means that I must be right. I don't care.
Me too. I'm
you know too. I don't think you're stupid. I think you're evil. I know you know that because I don't think that you're stupid, Fawcett. I think you are evil. I think you are a very, very evil person. So you manipulate stupider people into thinking things like what you just said. So this is a very different type of conversation because normally I'm just talking to nincompoops that hear things from people like yourself and believe them. But you're actually one of the big daddy evil leaders of the fools. You
just called me a supervillain. That is a compliment.
You elevated it. I said you were a leader of a small group of nincompoops, and you elevated that to supervillain, which is still not a compliment, but whatever.
Hey, listen, I'm like Gru, and all my henchmen are like the minions running around my house. But no, to go back to what we were talking about previously, again, where in your mind is it okay to draw districts based solely off to draw districts with race in mind? I thought we were a colorblind nation where race no longer...
I already answered that. Do you remember my answer? I actually used the word colorblind in my answer.
Yes, you talked about, Republicans should be making colorblind districts. Yeah, they already...
That's not what I said. That's not even close to what... It's not even remotely what I said.
Go ahead and reiterate.
What I said is that you cannot assess whether or not somebody has made a racist district if you are colorblind, because if you're colorblind, you cannot look at inequalities in demographic data. So you have to study the demographic data and say, oh, look at this, it's awfully racist. And it's the fucking Republicans who are doing the racist districts, and the Democrats are using race data to figure that out. And that was just repealed. The protections against racist districts were just repealed. And I almost said you nincompoops but no, you get it. I'm accusing you of understanding perfectly and believing what I just said, but manipulating people's stupidity into making them think that I'm wrong, even though it's your team that's doing the bad thing. You are a disingenuous bad actor. You are subverting democracy in America.
It's disingenuous to be colorblind when it comes to rewriting districts.
Yes, absolutely, because if you're colorblind to it, that allows the racists to make very racist districts. And you can't tell because you're colorblind.
I understand that, but let's just
if the cops are only shooting black people, which they're not, they're shooting disproportionately too many black people. But if they're only shooting black people, you can't even notice that problem if you're colorblind. Like, you get that, right? You can admit that.
No,
I know you get it, but will you admit it?
That would be going against basic pattern recognition. That's not what I'm talking about.
Okay, so we made basic pattern recognition illegal by repealing the Voting Rights Act or weakening the Voting Rights Act, and that's the problem. Is that the Republicans want to make it illegal to do basic pattern recognition.
Well, yes, because basic pattern recognition's been illegal since the 1960s. If that's the case, then make all pattern recognition illegal. Make all pattern recognition legal. Don't just make it legal for voting. Make it legal for housing. Make it legal for... No. If we want to go down the basic pattern recognition, and I understand per capita, then make all pattern recognition legal. Why specifically do the Democrats go, this is racist because, they're noticing the pattern of us making black districts? If you want to make this part of the civil rights...
the answer to that question, I'm going to give a very specific answer to that question.
Go ahead.
Because if you study the districts in the United States and you do the math, you can find that the average percent likelihood of an individual's vote affecting the outcomes of the elections in the jurisdiction in which they reside is significantly lower if they are black. That is bad, and we need to consider that non-colorblind data in order to fix that problem, because I personally think that people who have different skin color than me should have an equal vote, even though our system's kind of broken and not everybody has the same percent likelihood of actually affecting the outcome of the elections they vote in because of things like the Electoral College. We don't have to make it even more unfair if you're black. That's why.
Correct. America's been a post-racial society for 60 years. Race has no bearing in any legal way, or legal in very few social exceptions, which we prosecute heavily. So again, if the best thing for you to do would not be drawing a district that's majority black to amplify the voices of black voters, it would just simply be...
That's not what I'm suggesting. I'm just suggesting that we recognize where it's unfair and do it fairly. Though, at the current moment in American history, the Democrats are trying to fight fire with fire because it's so egregiously imbalanced in favor of the Republicans that they're doing the same type of bad behavior that the Republicans have been caught doing because of non-colorblind data, and Republicans are throwing a hissy fit about it because you guys are a bunch of babies who can't handle us playing dirty the way that you do.
No. It's just you're now going to, I don't want to say disenfranchise because that word's going to be spit back in my face, but genuinely...
I know you are afraid of having a conversation about disenfranchisement with me.
No. What I mean by that is, and my disenfranchisement argument is not against race, it's against the actual voting patterns of the state. For example, I saw a theoretical gerrymandered map of Illinois that has 17 Democratic districts, which if you've ever been south of, dare I say, Chicago, anywhere south of Chicago, it is not plus 17 Democrat in any other part of the state.
Yeah, the point, those sorts of maps are drawn to demonstrate to people what gerrymandering is, where it's like, look, if we cut it this way, it's a super unfair outcome. Here's an example of the Republicans doing that. Most of the examples of that happening are Republicans doing it. Again, like, you're just like saying these things at me, but like, I know that in your heart you don't actually disagree with me about the subject matter. You're just trying to abuse it to like get the white Christian ethno state that you want, so that there's never a woman leader in this country ever. Like, you have like ulterior motives for saying these things, but like, what exactly is the topic right now?
Yes, you understand my ulterior motives. The problem is that if you want an America that amplifies black voices, if you want an America that
I want an America that equalizes black voices.
This does that all day, doesn't. Every day.
No, that's mathematically false, because I just said that if you look at the voting districts in the country and you do a mathematical analysis of the likelihood of any individual person's vote affecting the outcomes of the elections that they're voting in, affecting their state level representation, affecting them getting the bills that they want passed in Congress because of the representatives that they send there, you will find that it is statistically less likely for a person of color's vote to affect the outcomes in the country that affect them by a big enough margin that it is not something that's caused by noise or by the fact that we have like a small integer number of representatives representing millions of people in a state, which necessarily requires that the proportions aren't going to be exactly perfect. No. It's nothing like that. Yeah. It's racists like yourselves making the policy, and that's bad. And weakening the Voting Rights Act has made it harder for us to correct that problem, and you know it.
So I want to ask you this now. I want to ask you this question, right? Since we're going to get nowhere with the race thing, because obviously, just on its merits.
Because I obviously know so much more about it than you do.
No. What I'm getting at is, well, the reason why I'm just saying let's shelve this for now, because if you truly wanted an equal America, you'd be in support of not amplifying anyone's voices and just simply making these in a moral America, gerrymandering lines would just go based off like county or city or things with more legal precedence than just, oh, here's how we vote. Like, how many counties are there in Kansas? 105. How many districts do you have? 5. You just
all right. Actually, I have to let you go because my dog's barking, and I cannot trust you on my show unattended, and I need to answer the door. So
I'll come back.
I'll be gone for a second, everybody. Dead air. Time for some dead air. I'm actually glad I have an alert dog because I get so many death threats. Anyway, there was nobody at my door. I just think there was just noise in the hallway. Oh my goodness. Did everybody need a break from that? Oh man. How did I do? The Republicans are going to say I ran and that it was an excuse that there was somebody at my door. How did I do dealing with Fawcette for the first time in like 3 or 4 months? Let's see what's going on in the chat. It would be better to help people in Mississippi move than dream of a non-racist Mississippi. You might be right. People want me to bring him back. He's not in the queue. He can show back up if we want. I was just not going to step away from the keyboard with Fawcett on my live stream. That's how you lose a TikTok account. Because he was going to get to monologuing. Do I have any? Wait. I should do an ad read because I'm like already. Oh my God. Am I only 20 minutes into the stream? It feels like it's been 6 years. Okay. Hold on. Do I have any new donations to read? I don't think I do. But you should go to the link tree in my bio and send me some money so that I can quit my day job because I'm trying to do that. I am so excited to sit down in this chair and like announce to you guys that I've quit my day job, and then I'll finally have to. I won't have to so carefully not say what my job is all the time. Jessica says he's an energy vampire. Dude, I don't know, man. I feel like that guy gives me energy. Word on the street is that I own your soul, dog. Oh, Dr. Galt. Yeah, word on your street? Interesting. I bet you spread that rumor. Dude, I spent 2 hours cooking that guy yesterday. I already know what the thumbnail is going to say. It's going to say cooked to shreds. I think so. Why are there idiots that think that the Minnesota flag is a Somali flag? Because it's blue and it has a white star and their brains are not capable of processing information that's more detailed than that. So it's not even the right shape of star. It's not even the right shade of blue. It's not even the right flag design. Anyway, is it like similar? Are there similarities? Yeah. Well, maybe perhaps we incorporated some things that we like about that to because we voted on the flag that we want. We picked this one. It's not the flag I voted for. I voted for a different design. But anyway, I like it. I like it more than the old one. The old one was one of those silly old like state crest flags that like does really really bad. Man, tanked alive by having Fawcett up. My goodness. The Dems are determined to change Congress. That is generally what politicians of all walks of life want to do. They all want to change what's happening in Congress. I don't really know what you mean about that. Thank you, Jen, for minding the chat. Thank you, Mods. Thank you, Midwest Progressive. Thank you, Mama Avery. Thank you. Who else is here? Who else we got? I think that's the whole Mods team for today. Forgive me if I missed you. Oh, we got somebody in the queue. We're going to talk to Lutz. L-U with an umlaut. Or no, that's not an umlaut. That's a different diacritic. L-U-R-T-Z. I don't know what the language of origin is there. Unimportant. How old are you? Hello? Oh, they're gone. They left the moment I piped up. We need a cap on personal political donations and no corporation political donations. Yeah. That's hard to enforce is the reason I say that with such apathy. Because you could, like, ban me from making... Like, it's sort of like when we say that we shouldn't allow our politicians to trade on the stock market. It's like, what's to stop them from texting their buddy what their stock choices should be, right? Like, it's so difficult to enforce. So, anyway, we're going to talk to Dreamy. I almost hope Dreamy's a friendly. I feel like today has already been a good enough debate live. I just want to chill out with my audience for like 45 minutes and then go to my gig tonight. Dreamy, how old are you?
25.
Friend or foe?
I'm a friend, man. I'm always gonna be a friend, dude.
Do you support Trump?
But yeah, I do.
Why?
Well, first, I was just wondering the thing you have put up here. The midterms are in danger. What do you mean by that?
I think that they're not going
by who?
by the like elected Republicans in the government right now. I think that they are in danger of not being free and fair.
Why do you think that? Is it because the Voting Rights Act thing, the Supreme Court?
That's an example of numerous things that the Republicans who are in power in our government are doing to prevent the elections from being free and fair. The reason they don't want the elections to be free and fair is because what the Republicans are doing in the government is so widely unpopular in the country right now that if the midterms were free and fair, Donald Trump would very immediately be impeached.
I disagree with that, but
the polling data says otherwise. Do you think that the polling data about who people plan on voting for is just completely across the board wrong? Because it's not even close right now. What I just said is very the likelihood of the polling data being wrong in such a way that what I just said is factually incorrect is astronomically low. It's like the odds of you being struck by lightning.
My bad, brother. I said I wouldn't disagree with that.
Oh,
would not.
Well, I got to give my. Well, let's pretend that you said it. That I was right about what you said, and everybody got to hear a little clap back. But no, that's not what you think. Do you agree with me on that?
I think that. Yeah, I agree with you. If it was, well, here's the thing. I think it's going to be free and fair regardless.
Wait, no. It was very interesting what you just said. You agree with me that if the midterms are free and fair, it will be a landslide for the Democrats, and Trump will be immediately impeached.
Free and fair. And I agree with you that the polling is saying that Trump's going to lose right now. I agree with that statement because again, right now,
it's getting worse with every passing day. For him.
Well, it's markets are volatile based on current events, and there's pretty large current events, and
the trend is pretty clear. Right and Trump's plan is to make those current events worse.
Dude. At the end of the day, I guess we got to see what happens come November.
No, dude. I'm playing whack-a-mole with your thoughts on this. Yes or no? If the elections are free and fair, Donald Trump is likely to the Republicans generally are likely to lose by a landslide, and Trump will then be impeached. True or false?
As it stands right now, yeah, man.
Okay. Do you think that the election should be free and fair, even if it means you lose?
Yeah, of course, dude. I don't know. All I'm saying is right now. And
okay.
Later,
wait. No. So that's good. That's good. So when Donald Trump passed an executive order, I didn't get a good answer from Fawcette on this. When Donald Trump passes an executive order or signs an executive order that changes the way election rules work in states, which he has no authority to do, and because he has no authority to do, he has to do the additional step of threatening states that disobey the executive order by withholding their federal funding, which is also illegal. That's a separate illegal thing that he did. But the whole thing is unconstitutional because the Constitution says that the president isn't allowed to meddle in elections. That's the job of Congress. Do you think that that's bad that he did that?
I would have to ask which order was this and what did the order do exactly?
Oh gosh, it was he terminated mail-in voting, or tried to, because he has no authority to.
Again, Trump tries to do a lot of things that even I don't agree with. I don't know. If anything,
I'm asking if you agree on this one. Do you agree that he should have made an executive order that got rid of mail-in voting?
Well, I got to see what the order says. I'm not going to lie.
The executive order, maybe what you can do is the honest thing of saying, if Oscar is telling the truth about what the executive order is, then we can agree on this, and you can go look on your own time. And then, by the way, because the show goes up, it would be a huge scandal if Oskar Quentin said an executive order said something that it didn't. I'd have to issue a correction. It would be a big deal. You could really cook me on it, or you could believe that the clear language of the executive order is that he is saying that, except for in very extreme circumstances, like people who are on leave because they're in the military or things like that, people cannot vote by mail, which is ironic because he voted by mail last time, but whatever. Anyway, the point is, the specific thing that's important here is that is flagrantly unconstitutional for the president to do.
Again, I'm trying to find this order. All I'm seeing here. Again, you said look it up. I like looking into things, man. I'm not just going to take your word for it. Sorry, Oscar. I don't know who the hell you are, brother. So.
Dude, if I was wrong though, honestly, you're taking the lesser path here, because if you cooked me on this, it would be a big scandal. I'm doing well enough. It would be a big deal to some people that I got this stat wrong.
Anyway, I'm seeing here that it's not going to make it illegal to mail-in vote, so I'm not sure exactly what does the order. No, okay. Now you want to talk about what exactly. Now you want to talk about what exactly it says, right? Wait, that's what I asked you. What does the order say, man?
I'm pulling it up. I'm literally pulling it up right now, which, by the way, wastes time on the show and loses viewership, even though this is a common knowledge big headline from recently, from a month or two ago. So we can just
brother, if you're doing this for viewership and not have a real conversation, just let me know, bro. I'll just back up.
Nobody listens to the real conversations I have if I don't have viewership, so I have to very carefully balance being genuine and authentic and exercising good academic, intellectual, and journalistic integrity while making the show entertaining. Doing that is very fucking hard, which is why so few people are successful at doing this. I'm successful at doing it because I can do all these things at once while talking really fast. But you're making it very fucking hard because now I need to read exactly where it says that in this goddamn executive order. Maybe Midwest Progressive, can I send you on a side quest to find the exact language? Say yes in the chat if I can pull this off the screen.
Yeah, just show me where it says it makes it illegal to mail.
I'm not even 100% certain I have exactly the right order yet because I haven't. Let's see.
Does the order exist?
Yes, I am certain that it exists. Forgive me for not knowing the number off the top of my head. I'm literally pulling it up on the screen as we speak. And the only argument you're going to have in this conversation is that I'm not doing it fast enough and that my dog is barking in the background because I know that I'm right about this and we're wasting fucking time talking about it more. Somebody just give me the control F unless I've already found it. My goodness, my dog is being noisy today. Noodle, come here. What's going on in the hallway that's so noisy? Oh my goodness. Okay. To ensure the faithful execution of federal law, protect the integrity of the mail as a medium of transferring federal election ballots. Let's see. The United States is proposed provisions specifying that all outbound ballot mail must be mailed in an envelope that... Is this the right one? Somebody, I see, this is why I'm not wasting time to it. Somebody give me the control F and I will do it. But
I found it.
You found it. Well, maybe I don't trust you. What do I search?
I'm just going to give you the order number. It's
okay.
EO 14399.
14399. Uh-huh.
Yeah, and so what it actually does, it just creates a approved voter list for all, legal citizens in the United States. Each state would do this independently. And they use the Social Security Administration data to verify they're a citizen. And they'll actually mail out votes to you. So it doesn't make mail-in voting illegal. They just are making a list of people who are eligible to vote, and they're going to mail you your ballots based on that. Okay. So the main thing that I was talking about, which, by the way, I'm sure that your interpretation of that isn't exactly right, because I doubt that you read the entire thing in its length and understood it in the 12 seconds since when you found it to when you said that. I think you just found some words in it that you found agreeable. I'm not done talking, and you're going to wait until I've been looking at it for like 5 minutes.
You have been connected to the call for 7 minutes. Are you saying that you found that executive order 5 minutes ago and have been reading it for 5 minutes? That's horseshit. My audience knows it. Shut up and listen. The important thing isn't actually what it changes about election policy. The point I was making is that the president changing any election policy whatsoever is unconstitutional. So I still think you're wrong. I still think it does say what I think it says. But that doesn't actually matter to the question, should the president change election policy with an executive order, yes or no?
No, Oscar. Your point of contention was, is it illegal for president to do some mail-in ballot thing? And that's not even what he did.
Specifically, my concern is it illegal for the president to change any election policy whatsoever via executive order according to the Constitution?
Okay, so this is just a goalpost shift. So just to confirm,
so that we all
understand.
We're not instead of sitting here and reading instead of sitting here and reading for 5 minutes exactly what it says, we could look at the obvious fact, which is that the president has signed an executive order that changes election policy, which is unconstitutional, which was my original point.
No, Oscar, your original point of contention was you made it illegal for mail-in votes. You couldn't mail them. That was your thing, dude. But if you want to change it, we can change it. Now,
I sent the chat on a fact-checking mission, and somebody's going to try to find the control F so we can look at it. But again, like yes or no, should the president, according to the Constitution, be allowed to change election policy with executive orders?
Well, let me make sure that he's not allowed to do this first. I'm not sure.
Yeah, you're just gonna what about it until we have to sit here and read the Constitution for a half hour. Let's see. One of my mods Let's see. Yeah, while you look at that, I'm gonna see what my mod sent me about this because I have a fact checking team because more than one person works on the show. Team of people work on the show. W in the chat for the mod team for making it possible for me to run the show because for the reasons I said earlier, there are too many things for me as one human being to manage while I run the show. So I have other people who do that work for me. Thanks everybody. It's fucking incredible that I get to do this. It's totally incredible. Yeah, and I'm like, and wait, I need to go to the Oscars. Why am I not finding it? I'm not good enough at Discord. There we go. There. L for Midwest Progressive. You should have put it in the Oscars live chat, not the mods only chat, but that's okay. We're still establishing the rules. Section 4, proposed provisions specifying that the USPS shall provide each state with a list of individuals, mail-in and absentee participation list, who are enrolled with the USPS, pursuant to a process specified in the rulemaking directed by this subsection, for mail-in or absentee ballots provided by such state, along with unique ballot envelope identifiers, such as barcodes for mail-in or absentee ballots provided such individuals. The preparation and transmission of each state-specific mail-in and absentee participation list shall comply with the Privacy Act and all applicable use agreements. Okay, he is restricting people's ability to vote by mail. Is the president allowed to do that? Yes or no?
Wait, allowed to do what? What was your question?
I just feel like,
I'm sorry, dude.
all right, you know what? I'm actually going to make a declaration on this show on today, on March 14th. There's a new rule that the show, I'm going to make a declaration because this isn't the United States. It's my live and I get to be king of it. The declaration is that we are not going to proceed unless you recognize whether or not the president is allowed to change election policy by executive order, and you are not allowed to bring up exactly what changes he is making to that election policy, because you're doing the thing where if I talk about one thing, which is the specific policies that he's changing, you say, well, is he allowed to do it at all? And then if I talk about that, you're doing the other one. So let's just, so again, we're not going to proceed until you're not doing a very good job. I know I'm a little worked up. Previous guest got me a little worked up. But again, we're not proceeding until you recognize yes or no. Is it unconstitutional for the president to change election policy by executive order?
Let's say yes. Let's say yes. Let's say yes.
Okay. It is unconstitutional for him to do that. To be clear, you're saying yes, he's not allowed to do that.
Sure. I'm not sure, but let's say for the sake of the conversation.
It's just like, again, civics lesson, like maybe go Google on your own. It's specifically, there's like a whole specific thing in the Constitution about how the president can't do that because it's a conflict of interest. It's one of the balance of powers thing, because the president is the most important election, so he should have no hand in the elections at all. Does that make sense to you?
What was your final point? Sure. Let's say I agree with that.
So if you agree tentatively, because you haven't completely read the Constitution, I know you're not going to do that after you hang up the phone. You're just going to like ignore this conversation and go argue with somebody else, having ignored everything I said. But for my audience,
no, I'm probably going to go work or play Valorant. But keep going.
When I hang up the phone, I'm going to go play guitar in a bar because I have a gig tonight. Congratulations, we both have lives we live. My point is that you're not going to learn anything from this conversation because I've detected that you're obviously just looking for holes in this instead of actually learning any of the information. So again, if we're going to assume, give me your full attention. The call's not working very well because you aren't. You can research this later, and then you get to come back and show everybody that Oskar Quentin's a big liar because I have enough transparency that it'll happen. I'm not going to deplatform you. You can, everybody's watching. Everybody can fact check me on their own. Point is, the Constitution says that no, the president cannot change election policy. This executive order, whether we agree about how this language will be interpreted to affect people's voting rights or not, that it is an executive order about people's voting rights. True or false?
I guess true, man. I'm really sure.
Okay, so it's unconstitutional for the president to do a thing that the president did. Further question: what do we do when the president does something that is unconstitutional? What is the course of action that we are supposed to take as a country?
So there's checks and balances. And
what is the check and balance for when the president does something unconstitutional? Bro. You're getting a very... I'm doing the show in fast forward. I'm doing a 2-hour show in 1 hour. That's why I'm talking so fast and barking at you. It's also just kind of a bit.
You gotta let me talk, bro.
Try. Go ahead.
Yeah, so again, from this EO, there's checks and balances in place. And from what I understand and what it looks like, our country is so great that they blocked him from doing this order. So thank you for pointing that out. And that government actually
but the very fact that he tried to do it, the very fact that he is constantly trying to do unconstitutional things with his executive order, because this is not the only example. Do you recognize that that's a problem?
Good thing our Republican-led government is stopping him. Thank you, government.
My God, dude! Like, I'm just gonna. Like I just said a second ago. Like, I know you're not taking this seriously. I know you're not interested in actually discussing any of this. So I am gonna invite my favorite local wizard to chime in on the matter.
So you say I'm not taking it serious, and you invite a wizard to talk to me?
Well, every now and then, when things aren't that serious, I think I need.
How dare you disrespect my magical order? I see a man who knows not to respect wizards. You'll realize that's one of the easiest ways to get cursed.
Already cursed, dude. I got cursed back in 2008.
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you over the sound of my all-C ball getting notifications. Can you repeat that, please?
Yeah, Oscar, thanks for letting me up. Dr. Dankenstein, you're a funny guy, man. I hope you have a good day, both of you, all right?
Cool. I hope you have a good day as well, sir.
Is he afraid of magic?
He should be. It's very powerful when I use it.
Cast any good spells today?
I turned a man into a scorpion. It was a pretty good one. Don't worry, it wore off. He's a toad now.
All right, hey wizard, I'm a little worked up from my previous calls. Do you think you could handle a guest for me?
I would love to handle a guest for you. Very well.
All right, let me just ask them how old they are before they're allowed to talk to you. Fighting Spud, how old are you?
30.
All right, you're talking to the wizard. I'm checking
30
out.
years old. I am 30,000 years old.
Respect. So I have a couple questions regarding like policy. It was kind of directed at the host, but just stance on healthcare. Let's start there. Policy that you guys at least support or hope towards moving towards, essentially.
Do you have a question?
Did you hear me?
I think he wants you to ask a specific question about healthcare.
Yes, about healthcare. Yes, it exists. It's when your mage heals you.
Right.
When a cleric. You need your cleric to use their healing spells. Not everyone can afford healing spells these days in this realm. Perhaps more people should be turning pigeons to gold.
I agree that not enough people can afford healing spells. Fighting Spud, are you going to engage with the conversation or not?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm sorry. That kind of sidetracks me. My question is just kind of about policy, like pro universal healthcare, Medicare for all, or do you think we keep with this system or subsidies, or what are you guys' stances, I guess, on healthcare for starters?
We should force the druid princes to pay for it.
Now I'm understanding you, great wizard.
They have too much money already.
Goddamn right. Sorry, my language. So next, I guess I should go with unionization of the labor force.
Very dangerous. Do not allow the laborers to gain any unionization. Very soon they'll be able to merge their forms into a fusion form that will be stronger than any wizard can contain.
The views of the wizard do not necessarily represent the views of Oskar Quentin, the debate host.
This is beautiful.
What does the debate host think should happen with the laborers?
I think the laborers should have more rights.
I think we should use the crystal of Karashul to enslave their souls. So we don't need to give otherwise giving them rights is very practical.
So fun fact, May Day coming up here. A lot of people don't know or understand, or I think it's actually May 1st, so I think it actually passed. But that goes back to the 8-hour workday. Unions and union workers fought for the 8-hour workday that it led into protests where people were unalived. People literally were unalived for the right to only have to work 8 hours for most jobs, or at least created that form of a model. We all know people still work more, but also overtime over 40 hours was fought for very much in BLOOD by unions. And that is where we change the block, because unions can also, unfortunately, put money up to lobby, because that's the type of world we live in today, where that's where things change.
But the union managed to overthrow the Dark Lord that was forcing them to work so much, correct?
Right. The Dark Lord doesn't care about the minions.
Well, of course, what's the Dark Lord's incentive to care, you know? But, I mean, they managed to overthrow the Dark Lord, right? The Dark Lord no longer exists, correct?
Oh, I don't know. Guess who you ask, I guess.
Why would you not overthrow your Dark Lord? Oh, it's one of those situations where you're not sure if he's dead.
Easy. But education, or if you guys want to talk about social benefits like food stamps and, how
do you get a stamp?
Wizard, do you powerful wizard, you have seen many realms. in the realms that you have seen, is it generally beneficial for the peasants if those who work in the kingdom afford them food?
It depends on how easily obtainable peasants are, and if you know resurrection spells. Skeletons obviously need less food than peasants, but generally, yes. The more food they have, the better they work.
Yes, actually, that is what our peasantry research shows, is that if you feed the peasants, they are more likely to be productive.
So are they not feeding peasants in your realm?
No, we've got a big problem where the king is not feeding the peasants, even when our wisest members of the council order him to do exactly that.
Why would the king's not listening to the council? This is very wait, it was the wrong container. This is very serious.
Very serious indeed.
Yes, what shall be done about this? I assume the paladins have been summoned.
Great wizard. I am happy in your realm that the resurrection spell isn't used for bad, but in our realm, if there was a resurrection spell, then the peasants would never eat and just keep coming back to go to work.
That sounds useful, actually. Why don't you guys do that?
Oh, evil wizard over here.
Yeah, that actually sounds really efficient. That sounds like probably the best system you guys could have. I mean, you're not using trolls, so that sounds like the next best thing.
No, our trolls are running the administration, actually.
You should deal with that first. That should be the first item on the agenda. Get rid of the trolls. I've seen a lot of universes, and getting rid of trolls usually works.
Just be careful where you say that at. You know what I'm saying?
Well, yeah, obviously don't say it around trolls.
No, of course not.
I think that the council of this program are advising you not say the word in the way that you are, for reasons that have to do with the ghosts of the spell stream.
Oh, the spell stream ghosts. You have to be very careful with them. They're very powerful.
Peace and love.
Yes, they do. They have an alliance with the tea creatures.
So what do you think about the battle WAR and Hermus and Iran?
Ooh, the battle. What? Yeah, please tell me more. I believe your king attacked the desert people.
The peasants who join the stream often do not know their history, great sire.
Yes, there are some sort of ancient desert people with a long and storied past that these foolish Americans believed they could attack.
Unfortunately, a great many peasants have been tricked by the ancient desert scrolls into supporting the trolls.
Using ancient scrolls to manipulate people. That is a very common dark wizard move. I used that one myself back at the gates of Paradoof. It's a very, very good. You just have to... The hard part is reading the scrolls first. Some of them are boring.
Yeah.
The scrolls are very boring and difficult to read, in my opinion.
Yeah, well, that's a good... Any good scroll should be that.
Apparently,
the more powerful the knowledge, generally the more boring and difficult to read it is.
Apparently, if a prince, a king, or whatever just claims victory, it means it's victory, even if it wasn't. Several times.
That's another very good. If you're a prince and you lose, that's a very, very good move. Just say you didn't lose. That's one of the smartest ways to deal with losing, in fact.
The king has figured out that strategy.
Yes, that's a good strategy. Just never admit defeat and hope no one holds you accountable. Old King Thalamor used to do that a lot. And it worked very, very well for him before the Eagles took his son.
Oscar, can I ask you a question?
Sure, what's up?
What do you think about Zoran Mamdani and the type of policies that he's passed and what kind of model that might be pros and cons for across the country, essentially.
Well, I'm also a Democratic Socialist and a New Yorker, so I am actually pretty excited about what Zoran has been getting up to for New York. I think he's making some hard decisions. He pissed some people off when he made some decisions that balanced the budget, but I think that the president could learn a lesson from him. Certainly 100%. About balancing a budget.
100%. And the one thing that I love that I seen is, New York City got slammed with snow, right? And he offered, you show a state ID and you want to work, $25 an hour, you can go and clean up our city from all this snow that just got dropped on us. And that shows a lot of people are like, oh, the quote unquote, the poor don't want to work. A lot of the people that showed up because they needed a job, because they needed a third job, because they needed some money, but they also did it for the right reasons. And that's also funded by our tax dollars to help our own people and to help clean up the city from, weather conditions.
Well, so here's the fascinating thing about what you just said is that you saw you saw a person in the government who took taxpayer money and then gave it to people who maybe didn't have so much money, and then in the process allowed some productivity to happen by like giving them work to do. And we actually you like that. If you had a broad enough mind to like that happening at a large scale, you'd actually be in favor of some democratic policies for government spending at the federal level.
100%. I just seen, I have some friends in China, okay, and they just spent like $8 billion on this giant, their high-speed trains, a giant metro station for that, and it's got like shopping malls around it. It's got different restaurants, a lot of different communities, but it's like that's what tax money should be going towards, not corporation and billionaire tax base, because that benefits society to have an easier access for public transportation and not be getting nickeled and dimed by personal transportation, like we all know too well.
Yeah, I mean, I know that the first part of the call was a little wonky. I don't actually really understand your personal beliefs at all. But do you agree that we should be redistributing the taxpayer wealth in a way that the taxpayer money in a way that just benefits the peasants in the kingdom?
1,000%. I mean, you look at how Zoran Mamdani was at least allegedly claiming, and hopefully is the truth, able to fund things like healthcare, or not healthcare, but childcare, universal care, rent freezes, to pay New Yorkers to help clean the streets when the snow hits. It was by property tax of the rich, and typically the rich that don't even live in those properties. So that helps to rebalance the budget with other things, obviously, but there needs to be redistribution, because why should you be able to buy a second yacht when there are kids that don't have food to eat at the end of the day or at school?
Okay, yeah. I mean, it sounds that we agree about fairness in tax policy, but we've got 7 minutes before I need to hard end the stream because I've got a gig tonight. Do you have a topic you want to actually close it out with? Something we disagree on? Maybe the wizard will chime in. We'll see.
Disagree.
This Zoran Mamdani, is he? What level of paladin is he exactly?
He's a regional. What would it be in your realm? He controls a small region.
Yes, a lord, a regional lord. Well, he sounds like he's doing a fairly decent job.
Yeah, a peasant to a lord that still looks after the other peasants, and that needs to be duplicated.
Really? They're not looking after any peasants in your realm?
Oh, brother. Take me to your realm, please. Well, thank you for the...
In my realm, most peasants are doing well, but if they mess up at all, it's off to the pain mines. That's why they're doing so well.
Right. Well, thank you again for all this, and good discussion. Good luck on your gig. You can go ahead and drop me host.
It does please the ghosts of the spell stream if I banish the guest instead of allowing him to leave. This is a pro tip, wizard, if you are to do more spell streams.
Yes, I shall do more. I shall have to ban them myself. I'll have to remember not to send them to the Shadow Realm and merely kick them from the stream.
Augustine, how old are you?
Thank you. I'm 19.
You have a very important question for the wizard?
I do. I don't know what you're doing right now, but I support it.
Thank you.
Wizard Man, I got a question.
Absolutely.
Can you cure with your magical wand my balls falling off?
Your balls? What? How did that start? Did you cross with a witch?
I did have to banish them from the spell stream due to poor behavior, but you may answer their question, Great Wizard.
Yes, I can, but that will require some gold. Reverse detesticulation is a very... listen, it happens a lot. It happens to the best of us. I don't blame you. However, it's a pretty important body part. It doesn't just... I can't exactly just charge nothing for you. It will cost you a little bit of the king's gold to get those reattached. You know what I'm saying? But multiple size options are available.
Thank you for your contributions, Great Wizard. I shall, in this moment, choose to banish you from my stream for another time. What the fuck is today? What is this? I cannot believe Fawcette showed up at the beginning of the stream. Oh, I've been wondering about him. I thought he was afraid to talk to me. But I don't know. I think he was a little afraid. I think he got into the chat and he was like, "Oh no, Oskar has leveled up. Oscar's a high-ranking paladin now." The show tomorrow will be at the normal time at 10 a.m. to 12 in Central Standard Time. And here, big deal. It will stay at that time. I have something like 8 days of work in the first half of June where it will maybe be like a 1 p.m. stream instead of a 10 a.m. stream for that because I've got morning shifts to do. But there's a very good chance that those will be my last shifts at that job. If you want to increase the odds of those being the last shifts at my job, you should definitely go to the link tree in my bio and send me some money on Venmo. I don't have a public PayPal right now, but I have Buy Me a Coffee and Cash App, and there's a Patreon, and there's ways to do that. If you think that debate streams that are occasionally tanked by nonsense and wizards are a good thing, support the Oskar Quentin enterprise. By the way, just to celebrate, because clearly I tanked the whole stream with that whole bit, which is fine because I'm just doing an hour today. I just want to talk to the people who are here, who I think are just kind of my fans. What is it on Instagram right now? Almost 28,000. It's crazy. These clips are doing so good over there. Thanks everybody for supporting the stream over here on TikTok because it allows me to just sit and manufacture these clips all day long. And even this dumb stream, we got some good clips from Fawcette at the beginning. There was some cooking. Fighting Spud says to have a sign of the Cash App Venmo in the background. I kind of don't like the idea of visually tainting all the media I produce with e-begging because I try to keep the e-begging to the live version of the show and to the podcast, but I don't want it in all the clips because it's bad for the growth of the channel for the content to all have e-begging baked into it. So I appreciate that you want me to succeed more at the e-begging, but I actually need to be pretty careful about the degree to which I e-beg on my Instagram because it's not as popular on there. The grift is not so respected. Am I okay with begging for money? You know what? I'm doing so much work that so many millions of people they click this button where it says that they like the work that I'm doing. There's a little button for that and millions of people click it. So I am begging a very small number of those people to give me some money for that work that I did for all those people. And then I'll get to continue doing it because I absolutely cannot continue doing this show for 2 hours a day and then spending 2 to 4 hours editing all the clips and the podcast after that. It's not sustainable for me, but I've got to run at doing it. So yes, I am totally comfortable begging people for money to keep the fire burning on the Oskar Quentin program. Valkyrie says it was a good show there, Oskar. It was a weird one for sure, but good. Well, I like the idea of there being a little bit of that pizzazz, that whimsy of not necessarily knowing what you're going to get when you come to the Oskar Quentin debate live, because it might be a very serious, calm, collected, formal debate style thing. there may be a wizard present. There's kind of a spectrum. I would argue that the wizard was not even the most ridiculous character I had on the show today. But you know, that's for you guys to judge as the audience. So yeah, I'm totally comfortable with the e-bagging because like. It literally, I was editing a clip today where a guy was yelling at me about the e-bagging. He was like, you don't want to work? And I was like, dude, running this show is like harder than my job. Like, I want to work harder. I want to do this. I want to do this better work that I enjoy more in like a fulfillment sense, even though it's harder, more grueling work. We got to have a random show for fun every once in a while. Absolutely. I think one of the things I want to do once I like really get into the flow of doing the 2-hour show every day perfectly, because I have been every day for like 40 or 45 days or something right now, which is incredible. But when if I make it full time and I'm doing the 2-hour stream every single day, I'd love to have the odd like midnight stream, because it is an underbelly TikTok live on at midnight. It's like a whole other cast of characters, and it's a lot of fun. Oskar Quentin Music is my handle on Instagram. That's one of my backup accounts. If you want to follow the backup accounts, they're all listed in the link tree in the bio as well. But yeah, never mind the money. You can just support me for free. I don't really have anything to ask for anymore though, because I'm fully monetized on all the platforms, and I guess not on Facebook, but that's just because I'm newer there. But like, it's already gonna happen in the next 30 days or something. I'm like monetized on YouTube now. Apply for Jubilee. Everybody wants me to go on Jubilee. Do you apply for Jubilee? I figure they're supposed to reach out to you. I think part of my growth has been that I haven't been pestering people. I try not to like reach out to bigger people or anything like that. I just try to make good content. So I don't know. If Jubilee wants to reach out, they can reach out. Maybe I'm not ready. Maybe I keep doing this for 6 months. Imagine me 6 months from now. I'll be even better at this. Anyway, yeah, Valkyrie says Jubilee reaches out to you. That makes sense. They probably get a lot of pestering random little debate hosts who want to be on their show, and I don't want them to decide not to read my letter. I don't want to taint my name by doing that. Anyway, that's the Zany Show today. I got a gig to get to. Thanks everybody for hanging out. 10 a.m. Central Standard Time tomorrow. I will be live right here on TikTok. I hope to see you there. And Fighting Squad wants to know how old I am. I'm 30.